Anyways, as I said at the top of the stream, it is the return of the dumpster dive. And the plan for today is really quite simple. I've been seeing these charts all over Twitter and the internet. And so I figured today I would have chat make their own, as well as I will make my own. Example included. This is probably what yours look like, I assume. But you know, I haven't scoured them all yet. So so we'll see. Anyways, and then I will be using my superior patrician taste in games to grade your charts. And that's that. That's all I have to say about that. But before we get to that, we have something very important we need to do. And that is to stand for the motherfucking anthem.
I'm probably going to get staked. I put Ultricle in the dead last spot.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
It's garbage day, baby! It's back. Real this time. Back in action. Welcome back to the dumpster dive. And let's just get started. Let's just get started, shall we? Let me find my list. Where did I put my list? Here it is. Let's get started with Sneeze's list, shall we? Sorry, I'm just getting everything set up here. Okay. Something you'll notice is that there's going to be a lot of commonalities in these lists. Namely, the first game in the list, Ultrakill. Blasphemous 2, which I assume is here. Oh no, both Blasphemuses are here. All right, very nice. Shovel Knight. I really need to play that game again. Hades, Titanfall. Again, another game that I think will be very well represented. It's Titanfall. Hollow Knight, The Messenger, Risk of Rain 2, Dead Cells, Katana Zero. Daring, aren't we? This is Sneeze. We love some darling indie games. Binding of Isaac, Gravity Circuit, which is a quite new game, but then again, I guess Blasphemous 2 is as well. Undertale and okay. How do you say this name, chat? I've been saying it like Otso, but I feel like I'm not getting enough of the X in there. Ocho. Oh, so it's like yeah, okay, I get it. Ocho. Very interesting. Or Ocho. Either way, I've not played this game, but it looks interesting. It's like a roguelike black and white Hotline Miami. Pretty good list. A lot of good indie game representation here. And in fact, it's almost all indie games. The only one that's not really is Titanfall 2. And then I guess like Supergiant's indie, aren't they? I mean, they publish themselves and they're a smallish team. Yeah, they're indie. They're about as indie as it gets. Next up is Nobo. Nobos didn't work. It gave me some like weird Iranian redirect error. Let me just see if I can pull it up on Discord. Maybe that's a better way to do this. I'm in the wrong channel. I just open the link, visit site. Okay, it downloaded it. All right, these are the links we need to go to get to a fucking. Can I full screen this? No. Hello. Full screen? Full screen? Full screen? Okay. Okay. We're having some issues here. Where do we make these? Yeah, go to that Topsters link. Let me just face cam quick.
This gameplay is developing.
Yo, Siphon, thank you for the raid. I will figure out how to view this. I guess it doesn't need to be full screened, right? Scale to fit. Full screen. Boom, I found it. Okay. Unpause. We're ready. Terraria, Dishonored, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, Dead Cells. These, well, not Dark Souls 2, but Dark Souls in general. Dishonored, Dead Cells, all among my favorites. Ultra Kill, Based, Dumpster, more like Dumper. So true. This is Nobo from the Discord. Fallout New Vegas, Red Dead Redemption, interesting. That is a good game. I just haven't thought of it in a while. Sekiro, is that Batman Arkham Knight? Okay. The Serious Edition. Is that like is that what it's called? The Serious Edition? As opposed to the Silly Edition. God of War, Hollow Knight. Okay, we got more Batman games. Baldur's Gate 2. Very based. The original Dark Souls. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Skyrim, Hades, BioShock Infinite, Black Ops 2, Stardew Valley, Katana Zero, Titanfall 2, Risk of Rain 2, and The Last of Us. This is a very weird mix of indies and like very, very highly popular AAA games. I don't know. You know, I would say that like about half of these games are also probably going to be on my list, so I would give this high marks. It is just an odd kind of mishmash of games. We have 2 Batman games represented here. I've never played, or 3 of them. No, 2 of them. 2 of them. I've never played any of those games. Have I? No, I haven't. They're pretty good. Yeah, I've heard the combat is fun. I think I've watched some gameplay of Arkham Asylum, which I think is the first one. Anyways, pretty cool. Pretty cool list. All right, hopefully that's the last one I have to open, like, as a file. I'm about getting most of them from, Oh, here we go. All right, you guys aren't ready for this one. This is probably the best one. This is probably the best one of all. Noir's list. What do we think? I think it's fitting that, I think it's very fitting for Noir. You know? Really kind of speaks to his namesake in a way. And honestly, maybe the most base thing of all is just not being a gamer. Isn't noir supposed to have black and white? I think noir literally means black in French. Games, but no games. So true. I think this is the best one, honestly. Yeah, who really plays games anyways? I like to go outside and read books. Okay. Next up is Majuri. We got Fortnite. Fortnite, specifically Season 4, as number 1. Is Majuri here and can speak to why Season 4 is the best one? And then Minecraft. So we're starting off really hot here. It's all children's games. Yeah, true, because the next game is Ultra Kill.
Subscribe to Dumper Man.
Just came to say hello and good night. It's so late for me, so I can't stay.
Hey, thank you for the 6 months, Buggy. And thanks for stopping by. Have a good sleep. And then Inscription, which is really a wildly different game from the first 3. It's more so wildly different from these 2, but it is still quite different from Ultra Kill. Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Elden Ring, Terraria, Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril, which is probably the best one yet. Grand Theft Auto 5, Cuphead, Hades. I mean, these are all pretty normal. Minecraft Dungeons. I thought this game was bad. I've never heard anyone say anything good about this game, but maybe I'm just out of the loop. And then Cruelty Squad, which is you know, the most normal game here in a lot of ways. It's mediocre, okay. Armored Core 6, Sea of Thieves, Lies of P, Totally accurate battle simulator. Now, I didn't realize for the longest time that this is a game. This is like a real game. I thought it was actually just like you put guys like down on the map and they just fight each other, which is part of the game. But there's an actual like progression to this game, which was very surprising to me. And then Gloomwood Dusk and Angry Birds Star Wars, which is just incredibly based. This is a whack list. It does have some games I like on here, but it's also kind of baby games a little bit. It's based. We're rating it based. Okay. You know, I wasn't down with it until we got to Angry Birds Star Wars, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe he's on to something. All right, we'll grade this list based. I included a couple games from my childhood. You know, my list is gonna have some games from my childhood too. The thing is that anyone who didn't have their childhood in like the 90s and early 2000s is just wrong. Anyway, speaking of being wrong, here's Flippy's list. Any questions? Any questions? I'm pretty sure there does not exist another game other than Impact Point. This is pretty much the only game ever. I've seen it all. Yeah. I mean, he pretty much covered all the bases. All the genres. Have my childhood around PS2 era games despite being born in 2003. That's not that crazy. That's like late PS2 era. Sorry, I'm an idiot and I'm not looking at the name before I open these up. This is Valentino. We've got Quake, the original Counter-Strike. Like the original Counter-Strike. KOTOR 2. What is this? King of Fighters 13 Steam Edition? That's not a real game. And then Tabletop Simulator. Okay, You're literally covering all your bases just in this first line. That's insane. And there's nothing wrong with Tabletop Simulator, but I've never really considered Tabletop Simulator to be a game. You know? It's more like a platform for other games. But I guess that's fair. Use it for other games. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's great. It's like nice that it exists. Insurgency Sandstorm, pretty cool game. Arma 3 I've never played. Halo Combat Evolved, very based. Star Wars Republic Commando I've never played, but I've heard it's cool. Some Pokemon that is new, which means I hate it implicitly. And this is Star Wars the older, this is like the MMO, right? You gotta be one of two people that played this. New, bro, I don't play Pokemon. DS is new to me. You guys don't understand. I played fucking Sapphire when it was new. Anything after that, anything after like Fire Red and Leaf Green is new. That's when they started doing like crazy shit that I'm not into. It's one generation above Sapphire? Well, then this is when I stopped playing. This is literally when I stopped playing. I don't like Pokemon anyways. Tekken 7, what is this? Open TTD? Oh, that's the Train Tycoon, whatever the fuck it is. I've never actually played this, but I heard this is cool. Wii Sports is crazy, but kind of goes hard. Battlefield Bad Company 2 may or may not be represented on my list as well. We'll see how that shakes out. Modern Warfare 2 as well, very good one. Formative shooter games for me on the Xbox 360. Skate 3, oh my god, you're speaking my language with these last few. Left 4 Dead 2, alright. Warframe, alright. GTA San Andreas, also my favorite GTA game. PT, I kind of forgot PT existed, but that's kind of an interesting inclusion, because that was just a demo, right? I played like a little bit of it at a friend's house, and it was scary as hell, but... It was like a demo for like a Silent Hill game, right? That never got released. Yeah, that's crazy. Kind of cool though. What is this? Star Wars Battlefront? Is this like the new Battlefront? I never played this. Minecraft, of course. Barotrauma, of course. And Titanfall 2, there it is again. All right, hey, good list, actually. Good and unique list. I like this. I like this because this is like more... Even though I wouldn't necessarily agree with most of these games, this is more like my generation of gamer here. Everyone else putting Angry Birds, Star Wars, and shit. It's like... I didn't grow up with an iPad. So, I like this. I like this list. Subway Surfers? I mean, I did play that on my first, like, iPod Touch. Next one up is Retro. Okay, I've seen this. This is on a few other lists as well. Mother 3. Is this, like, the best one? I haven't played any of these games. I always kind of thought that, people liked Earthbound the best, but I don't know that much about them. Mother 3 is really good. Okay. Twilight Princess, cool. It's not my favorite Zelda, but I do like it. Dark Souls, cool. Halo 3, very nice. Portal 2, also good. Undertale, surprisingly, shockingly, still have not played. Metal Gear Solid 2, God, I played the Metal Gear games that I have played like piecemeal at a friend's house, and I don't remember which was which, honestly. I think we played a lot of 3 and 4, so I don't know if I ever played 2. I can't remember. People like Earthbound the best because it's the only one that got released in the West. Ah, that makes sense. I like the soundtrack to Earthbound. That's all I really know about it, though. Ace Attorney, interesting. Red Dead 2. Metal Gear Solid 3. Persona 4. Silent Hill 2. Majora's Mask, pretty cool. I have to say, out of like the generally popular Zelda games, I can't imagine a more unpopular 2 to have as your favorites than Twilight Princess and Majora's Mask. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but these two have to be like the least beloved of the beloved Zelda games, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like everyone's like, yeah, people are revision. Okay, don't just question mark me, chat. Offer a counterpoint. Majora's Mask is definitely, yeah, aged gracefully, I think. But I don't hear people talk about Twilight Princess that much. Majora's Mask is talked about a lot. I feel like Majora's Mask is only talked about a lot because it didn't get talked about. It got overshadowed by Ocarina. I mean Twilight Princess more so, but all right, maybe I'm just wrong. I like both of these games. Don't get me wrong. As a kid, I bounced off of Majora's Mask because I did not understand it whatsoever. But like as an adult, I've grown to like this game. Omori, I've never played. Titanfall 2, yet again. I feel like this is going to be a staple on everyone's list. I noticed a distinct lack of Ultra Kill here, though. Retro, speak to that. Just kidding. Yakuza 0. I'm sorry, Yakuza. Half-Life, Bayonetta 2. I've never played any of the Bayonetta games. Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl. Now, Stalker being on the list is extremely based. My personal favorite, I think, is Call of Pripyat, though. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, surprisingly have not played. Fury, great addition. Cry of Fear, heard good things, never played. Metroid Prime, I really need to play. Super Mario 64, great pick. And Guilty Gear. All right. Need to play Pripyat still? It's great. It's different, but it's great. Better than Clear Sky, at least. But I think it's neck and neck with Shadow of Chernobyl. I just like it a little bit better. Cool list. I like it. It's another interesting mix of stuff. And you said honorable mentions for my list are Devil May Cry 3, Bloodborne, Resident Evil 4, Hades, and Soma. No Ultra Kill Retro? Unbelievable. You're not allowed to follow this channel. Just straight up. You've been unmodded, banned, everything. All of the above. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Unacceptable, even. Okay, next list was La Criatura from Discord. Binding of Isaac Rebirth, nice. Dark Souls 3, my favorite Dark Souls. Ultra Kill, the best game of all time. BlazBlue Central Fiction. I have not an earthly clue what that is. Noida, cool. Hollow Knight, Darkest Dungeon 2. I don't know much about Darkest Dungeon 2. I played a little bit of Darkest Dungeon 1 and I enjoyed it, but I feel like if I had played more of it, I would have enjoyed it less. I was like, this game is cool. However, it makes me extremely angry. And I think if I tried to go very far in that game, I would have gotten really mad at it. But I didn't play enough to confirm whether or not that's true. Sekiro, nice. Cuphead, still need to play. Man, there's like a lot of games, a lot of like kind of classic beloved games that I'm realizing I have not played from this from these lists. Blasphemous 2, very nice. Neon White, very nice. Dead Cells, also very nice. Guilty Gear Strive, Inscription. It Takes Two, cool. I forget that game exists, but I bet Britta and I would enjoy playing that together. Another Fury, cool. Fury is weird because I assume that the overlap in people who watch my channel and enjoy Fury is just like pretty big. But Fury has always struck me as a game that's less popular than it ought to be. And that's not to say it's not popular, but I feel like the amount of people who talk about Fury because of the soundtrack and the, you know, style of it and whatever, and the amount of people who have actually played Fury to completion is like a whole lot smaller by comparison, you know? I just feel like not enough people have played this game for how like quote unquote popular it is. It's kind of a weird situation. Maybe I'm wrong though. That's just how I've kind of perceived it. Soma, Ruiner. I don't know that much about this game. I think I've seen it before, but I don't really know too much about it. Enter the Gungeon, both Little Nightmares games. Oh, I've seen this. If on a Winter's Night for Travelers. I don't know anything really about this game, but it's a free game on Steam, I think. And I've heard that it's cool, but I don't know anything about it. I actually read a book by this title for school, in college, particularly. It's called If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler. And it's a very strange book. It's like structured very weirdly. It's like a group of stories that all kind of like add up at the end to mean something. Yeah, user got who it is. Then Post Void, and then Faith. Cool. I like the list. This is another indie heavy list. It's basically FromSoft and indies. But there's nothing wrong with that. Because that's honestly kind of how mine's going to be too. And Strive Pilled, yes, which is meaningless to me, but Chico approves. Next list is hilarious. And I don't just mean that it's funny. It is literally by user hilarious. Doom Eternal. Is this the first Doom Eternal that we've seen? It feels like it is. I'm a little surprised. Everyone here's a hater. It won't be the last one. Yeah, you're probably right. And it definitely won't be the last Fallout New Vegas either. Nor the last Terraria. Probably be the last Ultra Kill. That game's just honestly not very good. Let's be real. Elden Ring, nice. Dark Souls, nice. Gary's Mod, nice. I'm surprised. You know, Gary's Mod's another one of those where it's like, I have put a lot of time into it, but I almost consider it to be more like Tabletop Simulator, where it's like a platform rather than a game itself. But Gary's Mod is more of a game than Tabletop Simulator is. I will give it that much. Team Fortress 2, Deep Rock Galactic, Subnautica, BattleBit. I do love me some BattleBit. It's too new to say whether or not this belongs on my list. And then Stumble Guys, and then Bloodborne. This is the trifecta right here. This is probably the 3 greatest games of all time. This is probably the 3 greatest games of all time. And I don't think I need to say anymore. God of War Ragnarok, Stray, Half-Life 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Payday. Pavlov is a VR game, right? I don't really know anything about VR. Minecraft, Breath of the Wild, The new Spider-Man. Papers, Please. That's cool. Left 4 Dead 2 and Adventure Capitalist. This is a really interesting list. On one hand, it's really like skewed towards new games. It's like Stray and God of War Ragnarok, BattleBit. Ghost of Tsushima's pretty new. This is not that new. Yeah, interesting. This is very all over the place. I approve, though. Most of these games are good. You know what? I approve. This is a solid list. I'm not sure about Stumble Guys, though. Like, just play Fall Guys, bro. Adventure Capitalist, I think I've played that. That's like a clicker game, right? Like an auto clicker game. Yeah, Subnautica is great. Speaking of which, well, guess what? Another one starting with Doom Eternal. This is General from the Discord, by the way. Doom Eternal, Sekiro, Ultra Kill, Resident Evil Biohazard. Isn't Biohazard not liked? I thought this game was not well liked. Not that that's a reason that you should not like it. I just kind of am surprised, I guess. People love RE7. Maybe I'm thinking of 6 then that people don't like. Dead Space 2. Just Cause 3. I talked about this in the Discord. I really like Just Cause 3. I think Just Cause 2 is my favorite of that series. And they're all kind of goofy and like maybe not that great in reality, but they're just fun. So I very much approve of Just Cause 3, even though I prefer the previous one a little more. 6 was the dog shit one. Okay, I'm just wrong then. Fair enough. Middle-earth Shadow of War. I haven't played this one, but I played the previous one. It was pretty good. Wolfenstein New Order. Again, I don't think I played this one. I played the one that came before it. Subnautica, great. Resident Evil 2 remake, it looks like. Alien Isolation, need to play that. Dark Souls 3, love it. Elden Ring, love it. Wolfenstein The Old Blood. I don't know what the difference here is. And Left 4 Dead 2. A lot of Left 4 Dead 2. That's kind of a game that I forget about. A game that I definitely like, but that I tend to forget about is, I almost said Resident Evil. Left 4 Dead 2. There's two 2s right on top of each other there. Honestly, there's something to be said for a lot of Valve's games being like that. Like, they're so just, like, ubiquitous that you kind of forget about them. I don't even know. It's just like, yeah, of course I like Portal. Are you kidding me? What did you miss? You just missed other people's lists. And I did that thing again where I didn't check whose this was. Oh, this is Masked. Borderlands 2, Team Fortress 2, Binding of Isaac Repent. Okay, people have put a lot of different versions of Binding of Isaac on here, but I'm going to just assume that you mean just the whole thing. Sekiro, nice. Ultra Kill. First instance of Slay the Spire. Surely not the last, but the first that I remember seeing so far. Elden Ring, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Payday 2. A lot of Payday 2s as well. I liked Payday 2, but I don't think I liked it enough to put it on my favorite games of all time list. Dead Rising 2. Man, I forgot about that game. I don't think I ever played it, but I do remember it existing. A lot of 2s, isn't it? Well, I guess sophomore slump is a term. But I feel like a lot of 2s are the best in gaming, usually. Sophomore slump is usually that's usually a music thing from artists who have like great debut albums. But I feel like in game development, the sequel tends to be better because you just learn from the first game. So I think that's probably why there's a lot of 2s in here. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. I've heard this is cool. I just don't think I don't think I loved Lego Star Wars enough to go through and play like the definitive edition of all of them. Overwatch 2, yeah, okay, fair enough. That game should not have been glorified with a 2 anyways. Battlefield 4, not personally my favorite Battlefield game, but definitely a good one. There's another Twilight Princess. So far for Zelda, we've only seen Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, and Breath of the Wild, I think. What is this? World of Horror? I don't even know what that is. Never heard of it. Anyone in chat have have wisdom here. No? All right, then. I guess I just don't know what that is. It's a Junji Ito inspired game. Okay, cool. South Park Stick of Truth. I've never played that. This is made by, God, what's the dev that did these? I was surprised when I learned who made these. Was it Obsidian? It was like a really surprising developer. Yeah, it was Obsidian. That is just insane to me. Obsidian, they could really do it all. And another Inscription, which is just like a staple on these lists apparently. Dark Souls 3, Wario Master of Disguise. I don't think I know that one. Yakuza 0, Lollipop Chainsaw. Man, I remember seeing this game and thinking, you know, being an edgy teenage boy and thinking that this was probably the worst thing to ever exist. But I think it's like pretty highly regarded now, which is interesting to me. Fallout New Vegas, great choice. Wario, it's a WarioWare. WarioWare Smooth Moves. I've played a bunch of these. I can't remember which one this was. Is this the Wii one? It's made by the same guy as Killer 7. Yeah, which is interesting now in hindsight. It's the Wii one. Okay, yeah. I've definitely played this one then. I just couldn't remember the title of them. Yeah, I don't... This game, I think, just... this just wasn't gonna jive with my high school edgy teenage brain. I don't know. Maybe it's good. I don't know anything about it really. And Castle Crashers, that's cool. I haven't thought about Castle Crashers since I like randomly owned it on my Xbox 360, I think. I think that shit like came with my Xbox. Or I just bought it at some point. Sprawl is 3 episodes. And then Terraria and Skyrim, staples. Pretty good list. I didn't know what some of these were, which I assume is cool because I like learning about new games that I've never heard of. Yeah, neat. I like it. Oh, here you go. Here's a good one, chat. Not that I haven't basically said that they're all good, but this is definitely a unique list because this is my wife Britta's list. It's very geared towards cozy games because that's what she plays, is like the farming sims and stuff like that. But I mean, I like a lot of these games. I can't even lie. Stardew Valley based, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I haven't really played the trilogy all that much myself, the new trilogy all that much myself. But Britta played it on our Switch, and I watched quite a bit of it. But I love the original Spyros, for sure. Crash Bandicoot, also very cool. Animal Crossing, also amazing. Spiritfarer is a fantastic game. I did not actually finish this game, but I thoroughly enjoyed what I played of this. It's also a very sad game. But it's beautiful art style, nice story. Very cool game. Mario Kart 8. I'm surprised you like that game, given that most of it is just me beating you in that game. But hey, you know what? Everyone's into something. And then Crash Team Racing, interesting. I never got into Crash Team Racing. My time at Sandrock. I've played my time at Porsche. Oh, that's here as well. I enjoyed that game. I've not played this one, though. The Sims. Cozy Grove, I've not played that. I've watched Britta play it a little bit, but I've not played it myself. Subnautica. Britta, be honest. How much of Subnautica have you played? I'll wait. You played far in Subnautica? Yeah, what area did you get to? Had a few of the subs built? Like, like you had the Seamoth or you had the big sub? For some reason I thought you played like none of it. Okay, yeah, if you explored the island, you got farther than I thought at least. That's not super far, but It's decently far, yeah. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I thought for some reason you, like, booted up the game, played like 2 hours, and then got too scared. I don't remember you playing all of that other stuff. Papers, Please is a great game. I forgot that you played that. Actually, Britta, me, and one of our friends all played this game together. Not like together, but we would each be sitting there on our laptop playing Papers, Please at the same time. It was interesting, to say the least. Roller Coaster Tycoon, that's great. Forager I haven't played, but I watched Britta play a little bit of it, and it seemed kind of fun. Power Wash Simulator, so based. Crazy Taxi, hell yeah. And The Sims 2. All right, there you go. That's Britta's favorite games. I like this because my taste in games is like all over the place. But I like that Britta has like a specific thing that she's into. And that's just what she plays, which I think is cool. I think it's... Oh, where's Slime Rancher? I bet Britta would like that game. We'll have to get her that game on Steam or something. This is... I wrote the name down as Vroom, but I'm pretty sure this is Vander. Oh yeah, it literally says so on here. Vander's favorites / nostalgia funnies. Terraria, Hollow Knight, DRG, Risk of Rain 2, and Survivors of the Void.
Subscribe to Dumper Man.
Minecraft.
Yo, Zactoplasm, thank you for the 2 months. Minecraft, indeed. Is that on this list? It's been on most of them so far. It'll probably be on mine, let's be real. Terraria. Tetris. Wait, I already said I looked at Tetris and said Terraria because it's right there. Just deep breath. Tetris. Left 4 Dead 2, Portal 2, Ultra Kill. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 8th best game of all time. Dusk. Breath of the Wild. No Tears of the Kingdom on here. It's been on... Oh, wait. No, it is on here. All right, the first instance of Tears of the Kingdom is on, like, our 10th list. I mean, it is brand new, to be fair, but... Ori... It just says Ori the Collection. I assume that's both games. I haven't played those, but they look cool. Armored Core 6, very nice. Actually, the only FromSoft representation here, which is a little surprising, but maybe you just aren't into Souls games, which is fair. RoboQuest is a cool game. 1.0 release soon. Kind of waiting on that before I say if I really truly love this game or not, but I do like it. Subnautica, as always, great. Gloomwood, Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is the only Smash game we've seen so far, which tells me that you all are babies. Satisfactory, Just Cause 3 again? Interesting. Microworks. Oh, that's that game Gianni was playing. I don't know that much about it, but it looked kind of cool. Tears of the Kingdom. Pikmin 4. Is that the new one? Like the new one? I think it is, isn't it? Dude, I actually, Melee is the only Smash game that I played a significant amount of. I'll play like Ultimate at a friend's house or something, but that's about it. I haven't gotten like super into Ultimate or anything. Yeah, I've heard good things about Pikmin 4. Ship of Fools, heard that's cool. Astroneer, Dead Cells. Do you say Mindustry or Mindustry? I feel like if you say Mindustry, then you get the industry in there, but it's clearly supposed to be mind, you know? It's min, not mine. Yeah, but it's mind and industry. Unless it's supposed to be mine. Minded? No, that doesn't make sense either. It's Mindustry, I don't care. Pizza Tower. That's actually I think this is the first Pizza Tower we've seen. I'm sure it's not going to be the last. Super Mario World is actually, funny enough, also my favorite Mario game. My favorite 2D Mario for sure. I'm not sure about with the 3D Marios, but I do love Super Mario World. It's one of my favorites for sure. Skylanders is what really tells me y'all are too young. Skylanders was a laughing stock when in my generation, because it basically just bastardized all of the like all of the franchises that we liked into one fucking shit heap of just, yeah, no, not good. Y'all didn't understand Skylanders. What is there to understand about Skylanders? Let's be fucking real. So, yeah, Super Mario World, great. I'll forgive it for being right next to Skylanders. Although it is kind of ironic that you put Skylanders next to Spyro, considering that Skylanders basically killed Spyro. Unfortunate. And Rocket League. All right. I think everyone who has put Rocket League on their list has relegated it to the bottom right corner. So that tells me how you all really feel about Rocket League. Nice list, though. Overall, very good. We are running into a lot of the same games as I kind of anticipated we would. There's not anything wrong with that. It turns out some games are just popular. And on top of that, some games are specifically popular within, like, people who watch my channel and stream. Tetris, again, I love Tetris. Can't complain about that. And then we have a bunch of Transformers games. We have Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I think, is that the old, well, this says remastered, but Hot Pursuit's one of the old ones. And I definitely played that, I think. Probably at a friend's house or something, but I played that. One Shot. Is this like a Bionicle thing? It looks like Bionicle. Lego Hero Factory Breakout. All right. Race Driver. I don't know anything about racing games, so a lot of these are going to be lost on me. Incision. Minecraft Horse Update. It's very like specific update. Is Shockblade here and want to shed some light on why the horse update is the best? Also, I didn't really say it, but Incision, great game. Again, this is one that I'm kind of waiting on like the full release to say for sure if I love it, but I do love this game. The Crew 2. Mafia 2. Mafia 2 is a good game. I forget about that game, but that's a great game. Ultra Kill. Blur. Ford Bold Moves Street Racing. Okay, here is a game that I do know and love, and that is Burnout Paradise. What a great fucking game. I'm not into racing games at all, but if you tell me that like half of the game is just crashing your car and dealing as much damage as possible to innocent innocent drivers, then count me in. Katana Zero, great. Deep Rock Galactic, also great. Killzone 3, never played, don't really know anything about. Grid 2. Dusk, Doom Eternal. Classics, of course. What is this? Need for Speed Most Wanted. You know, maybe that's the Need for Speed game I've played. I'm not sure. Maybe I've played both. I don't know. I was never really, even when I was younger, I wasn't really into racing games. But I've played some of these just like at friends' houses and stuff like that. Dying Light. I should try that game out. I kind of wrote it off because when it was coming out, it just looked like Dead Island. And I pre-ordered Dead Island. I was so excited for Dead Island, and that game kind of fucking sucked. But Dying Light seems better. It seems better than Dead Island. So maybe I give it a shot. Spore. I'm not going to lie. I could not in good faith rank Spore among my favorite games. But god damn did I love Spore. The game sucks. Let's just be real. The game is not at all what it should be. It's basically a collection of mini games. But somehow I spent like so much time customizing my fucked up little creatures and then just running around the world with them. Like, this game is not great, but it just like scratched a particular itch for me. So you know what? I'm gonna say I'm down with the Spore inclusion. I'm not brave enough to put it on my own list, but Titanfall 2, nice. Kagura Survivors, Endless Night. Is this like a Vampire Survivors type deal? I've never heard of that. Dying Light 2 is mid. Interesting. I thought I heard from some people that Dying Light 2 is better, but who knows? Duck Game. I think I own this, but I've never played it. Tricky Towers. Oh, this is like Tetris with physics, right? I've definitely seen this. Yakuza 0, Payday 2, Metal Gear Rising. Is this the first Metal Gear Rising we've seen? Holy shit. I'm surprised by that. Job Simulator. That's the VR game, right? It Steals. Has been recommended to me a lot, but I've never played it because I'm a little bitch baby. I don't actually, like, super mind horror elements. I just find the games boring normally. But It Steals is the opposite to me, where the game actually looks really interesting, but it looks too scary. I'm not even gonna lie. The game looks terrifying. But maybe someday I'll check it out. Gran Turismo, Lego Movie video game. Nice. And then another, what is this? Transformers Forged to Fight. I don't know anything about that either. Lots of racing games, lots of Transformers. Means that this list is not, it doesn't align with me. But then, you know, on the other hand, we got stuff like Katana Zero, Dusk, Titanfall 2, Metal Gear Rising, Tetris, you know. But overall, this is not my speed. However, you got a thing going, and that's cool. I'm happy for you. Next up is Pillow. Keep seeing Katana Zero. What's it about? It's like side-scrolling Hotline Miami. It's gonna be on my list. It's one of my favorite games. Yeah, you should check it out. It goes on sale really cheap. Okay, here we go. Finally, we have the first Ocarina of Time. And Melee. Holy shit, dude. This is a certified millennial gamer right here. Ultra Kill, Hotline Miami, Mountain Blade Warband. Holy shit, bro. That's crazy. I love that game, especially modded. I played so much Mountain Blade. Spelunky 2. Have not played. I've played Spelunky 1, though. Factorio's cool. Risk of Rain 2, of course. Star Sector. Star Sector was a game that I wanted to try to get into, and then I was just like, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I could do it. Cruelty Squad. Super Mario 64. Madness Project Nexus. I've heard of this game too, but don't know much about it. Osu. A game of all time. Pokemon Emerald, Faster Than Light, Darkest Dungeon, Age of Empires 2, very nice. I used to play this on the high school computers. That was fun. People would just put it on like the share drive and then we'd play Age of Empires 2. One Finger Death Punch 2. That's interesting. I remember One Finger Death Punch. I didn't even know there was a sequel. All right. My friend won't be quiet about Hotline Miami. Is it really that good? It's not my favorite, but a lot of people like it. I don't know. It's a good game. I enjoyed it, but I kind of got what I wanted out of Hotline Miami by the time I finished the first one, and then I never really played the second one. And based on what I heard about it, that's a good thing, because it sounds like the things I didn't like about the first game were like doubled down on in the second. Bloons Tower Defense 6. This is a cool game. It's just funny. It's just funny how many people love this game. I don't know. There's just something. It's just like a Flash game. It's just an overgrown Flash game. But you know what? That's fine. I have nothing to say about that. Team Fortress 2, Metal Gear Solid 5, Star Wars Battlefront 2. That looks like the original, not the new DICE one. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. That's like a brand new game. That game looks cool. I would like to try it, but been playing since Cool Math. See, that's what I'm saying. I remembered when Bloons was like this just tiny little browser game, and now it's like the new ones are massive. Sekiro and La Mulana 1 and 2. I don't really know anything about those games. I've heard the name before, but cool list. You did put Osu right in the middle though, which insane, but Jet Set Radio Successor. Yeah, I know what it is. I just I haven't really checked it out too much. All right, this is Yuharo. Already like what I see. La Mulana is pain. Number 1 game is Ark Survival Evolved. Let me just quote to you what I said in the Discord earlier. I don't hate mini games, but I hated my time with Ark. It's I could definitely see why some people like it, but there was nothing about that game that I liked. Almost every system in that game was like, oh wow, I hate the way they did that. And then I just stopped playing and I never picked it back up again. Because I hate it so much, I love it so much. I went so far that I went around the corner. Right, fair enough. Fair enough, I can respect it. Neon White, all right, we're back. And then Terraria and Terraria Mod Loader. Hat in Time, nice. I need to finish that game. Inscription, another Inscription. First Turbo Overkill we've seen. But I kind of fuck with that. Ultra Kill. AM2R Return of Samus? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is at all. Oh yeah, you said this in the Discord, that for you, Vanilla Terraria and Modded Terraria are 2 different experiences. That's cool, I respect that. Another Metroid 2 remake. Oh, it's a fan remake of Metroid 2. Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool. Persona 5, Portal 2, another Bloons TD6. Binding of Isaac Repentance, Minecraft, Pokemon Emerald, another Emerald. I guess Emerald is Ruby and Sapphire, right? It's like that same generation. So I guess Emerald by de facto, I'm speaking so strangely tonight. Emerald by default would be my favorite because I played Sapphire, but Emerald is just the version that has like everything, right? So this would probably be the one that I would. And then my list goes to shit, he says. Well, Katana Zero is not exactly to shit, I wouldn't say. But yeah, Marvel, what is this? This is the second time we've seen this one. Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril. Tron Evolution Battle Grids. I thought that said Battle Birds at first. Super Mario Maker. That's respectable. I don't know. Wind Waker HD. I actually haven't even played the HD version, but Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda. Sonic Mania is also respectable. That's actually a great game. I'm not even a Sonic fan, and I thoroughly enjoyed this game. Paper Mario's cool. I'm not a Splatoon guy myself, but Splatoon is cool if you like Splatoon. Pistol Whip, is this like a VR thing? It kind of looks like it to me, but maybe I'm wrong. I've never heard of that. Just the key art here makes it look like VR. It's VR, okay. And then Blops 3. I'm more of a Black Ops 2 guy myself, but I mean, realistically, I'm more of a Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 guy. Yeah, pretty cool list. Honestly, even when you said it dropped off, it's not that bad. I don't really know too much about these games, but otherwise, not too bad. Not too bad. Shiko's up next. For some reason, I thought we already saw Shiko's list, but no, we definitely haven't because I haven't talked about a bunch of these games. Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I never got into Monster Hunter, but fair enough. There are people who don't like Monster Hunter, and then there are people who put like 500 hours into every single Monster Hunter game, and there's like no in between. So I respect it. Hollow Knight, not surprised there. Persona 4, Terraria, Bloodborne. We have 2 separate Guilty Gear games, of which if I tried to understand the difference, I would probably just get lost. So 2 Guilty Gear games. Rain World, more Monster Hunter, so Rise plus Sunbreak. Persona 5 Royal, Neon White, Risk of Rain 2, more Monster Hunter, Omori, Ultra Kill, Barrow Trauma, nice. Everhood. This game seems cool. I actually bought it and I never played it, but Gravity Rush 2. I don't know much about those games, but I've heard they're good. Mega Man 03. So whenever I played some Mega Man games growing up and I liked them, But whenever I talk to a Mega Man fan, they're always like, yeah, bro, trust me. Mega Man X2 Unlimited is my favorite. Like, that's the best one. It's the 20th game in the series, but it just fucking, like, that's just the one right there. And that just makes me not want to get into Mega Man. Like, I'm just like, what are you talking about? You're just, like, spitting out random letters and numbers. Like, how do you even keep track of the games at that point? But fair enough. Something about Mega Man 03 speaks to you, I guess. Fury, great choice. Dead Cells, Dark Souls, Remastered. Celeste, this is the first... It's actually unbelievable that this is the first Celeste we've seen. Am I crazy? I don't think this has been in anyone else's list. I do love Celeste. I don't know if it's going to make my list, but I do love that game. I think it's the first one. It's on yours. Did we do yours? No, we haven't gotten to yours yet. And then what is this? Azure Striker Gunvolt 2. That is not a real game. And Subnautica. Okay, this list is Guilty Gear, Monster Hunter, and a whole bunch of like recent indie games. You know what? Oh, and Persona. Let's not forget Persona. Pretty good list though. There's definitely some games in here that I need to play, like Rain World and Rain World. That's it. Just Rain World. Everhood. That's the other one. That's the other one. Okay. I just resubmitted and deleted my old one. Okay, well, I'll skip yours, I guess, when I get to it on the... I'm just gonna go through the ones that are on... I have just a page full of the links, so... All right, this is user. We got Ashes Afterglow and Ashes 2063. Are these not like just two parts of the same game? I have a hard time understanding since it's like still pretty much a Doom mod. I have a hard time understanding how this works, but they seem like they're basically two parts of the same game to me. And then Cultic, nice. Doom 2. So I've played through the original Doom and a little bit of Doom 2. I went far enough into Doom 2 to see like some of the new additions. And then I realized that the level design was not going to get better. And I was like, okay, I'm not really into this that much. Is there something particularly about Doom 2 other than its like modability, I guess, that makes it better than the original Doom? Mainly above Doom for modding and the new additions besides Paint Elementals and Archfiles. Yeah, but like the Paint Elementals and Archfiles are like a big thing. I guess it's got the super shoddy, and I mean, I'm trying to remember what else, but I didn't get very far in this game, admittedly. Mancubus, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I said the super shotgun. Yeah, I mean, that's an obvious one. Need for Speed Carbon, Risk of Rain 2, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Okay, we have another racing enjoyer here. Doom, Space Engineers. I'm not gonna lie. Again, Space Engineers, I understand the appeal. This is another game that I just hated. I could not get into it. Most mods use Doom 2 over Doom 1. Yeah, and I mentioned that, but I said that, like, for me, that wouldn't factor into the quality of the base game. But fair enough, I guess. I never got into Space Engineers. This game was such a tedious grind that even with friends, I couldn't get into it. Portal 2, Dead Cells, a lot of Dead Cells, like a lot of Dead Cells. Quake, Sky Rogue, interesting. What is this? Entropy 02. Is this a Half-Life thing? It almost looks like the... No, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a Half-Life 2 mod. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Black Mesa, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, Burnout Paradise, Bikes. Bikes pack. Very nice. I assume that was a mistake, unless you just really like the bikes. Gloomwood, Turbo Overkill, Dusk, Team Fortress 2, DRG, Titanfall 2, Need for Speed Rivals and Ultra Kill. Yeah, it seems like it must have the DLC in here too, because it's Burnout Paradise Bikes Pack. Very nice. Yeah, other than the racing stuff, which I don't know that much about, cool list. I like it. Just close out of some of these quick. Close out of these or Britta will come in here and roast me for having too many tabs open. Here's Siphon. Oh, this is a big list. Sheesh. It has Bloodborne 2 and Bloodborne Kart. Very nice. Metal Gear Rising, Sekiro, Ultra Kill.
Brash's ID rank Afterglow, then 2063, then the Dead Man Walking DLC.
Cool. I think you had those first two ranked in that way. I don't know what the Dead Man Walking DLC is, though. Devil May Cry 5. Yours is sorted in like a tier list. Okay. And then Risk of Rain 2. All right. Then Armored Core. Okay, so this is a tier list you're saying, and Armored Core 6 is already one of your like A tier games, like top of all time. Very interesting. I like this game, but I'm surprised by how high you're rating it. And then Doom Eternal, Minecraft, and Subnautica. Just very, very similar games. And then Bloodborne. Hollow Knight, Elden Ring, No Man's Sky. Interesting. I don't see myself ever really getting into No Man's Sky. I played this game closer to launch when there was nothing to really do. And I stopped playing it because there was nothing to really do. But as I understand it, they have added on to like the sandbox systems without really kind of like meaningfully adding gameplay to the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't sound like they really expanded on that game in a way that will be appealing to me. I'm willing to be wrong about that, but I just have not bothered to go back to this game because it doesn't seem like it's for me. Then both Undertale and Deltarune. What is this? Pop Goes Arcade. Okay. Night in the Woods, Binding of Isaac. What is this? Monster Hunter World. These are like too small. I need to zoom in. Doom 2016, I believe this is. Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2. Five Nights at Bold to include Five Nights at Freddy's in a list of your favorite games. It's a RPG Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. Great. Deep Rock Galactic, Rain World, Dead Cells, Terraria, Teardown. Teardown is a very nice choice. Dying Light, Sonic Unleashed. I don't know what that is. I played plenty of Sonic games in my day, but I've never heard of this one. Just Cause 3. Again, still the only Just Cause game to be represented here. I still think 2 is better. Y'all are sleeping on 2. And then SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Crazy, but honestly great choice. Fallout 4. Fallout 4, a little surprising as the only Fallout inclusion here. But I do think that Fallout 4 is overhated. I don't think that game is as bad as some people pretend like it is. Skyrim, and then Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna be honest, Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay hasn't been good since the 4th one. That's an interesting way to say that it's never been good. Real interesting way to say that it's never been good. This is a good list with a little bit of shit sprinkled in, a little bit of garbage sprinkled in. But no, overall good list. I like it. I mean, a lot of those games will also be on my list, just not, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay. I have a little bit of little bit to preface this list of Dave's. So here we go. This is Dave.exe's list. Is Remnant 2, Doom Eternal. Remnant 2 came out like 2 months ago, and Dave is already saying this is his favorite game of all time. Doom Eternal and Ultra Kill. Dave.exe likes Doom Eternal better than Ultra Kill. So go, I don't know, go harass him or whatever over it. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Original Remnant from the Ashes. Minecraft. And then this is where we get into what I can only describe as games that Dave got for free on Epic. Well, okay, not Portal 2. But then we have Fortnite, specifically Fortnite Zero Build. Then we have Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. And then we have Splitgate, which is a great game, but Splitgate has had kind of a troubled existence. I don't, it's fun, but I think if you had ever played a Halo game before, you would probably rank it above Splitgate. Again, I like this game, but yeah. Nightfall, which I think I bought for Dave. When Dave edited a video for me, he at first said he was going to do it for free, and I was like, no, I'll pay you. But then he was like, could you just buy me and my friend this game? And I was like, sure. So I bought them Nightfall. And then Cluster Truck, which is a fun game, but again, it's wouldn't be ranking in my favorite games. Also, the original Portal, Kingdom Rush. I don't even know what that is. That sounds like a mobile game. Midnight Ghost Hunt. That was a free Epic game. Haunted Cities Volume 4. I don't know what that is. Severed Steel was a free Epic game. However, that is a great game. Dusk. I thought Dave did not like Dusk. I remember he was frustrated with the save system, but I guess maybe overall he enjoyed it. Amnesia Dark Descent is actually a crazy good game. I like this game. I didn't realize David played this. Dave unironically put Impact Point on his list. And Subnautica Below Zero, which is a game that I have only ever heard Dave say bad things about, made its way onto this list. And then Rocket League has been relegated into the bottom right corner for some reason. Yeah, this is just every game Dave has ever played, I think. It's missing Risk of Rain 2, then. Yes, right you are. That is true. So, here's the thing. Dave sent me this list, but I think it was really just to cover up his real list, which is this. Risk of Rain 2, Risk of Rain 2 Survivors of the Void, Risk of Rain 1 and 2 bundle, Risk of Rain 2 and Survivors of the Void, Risk of Rain Returns, which is cool that he has early access. That's really neat, actually. He's probably the first person to have that. Risk of Rain Starstorm, Risk 2, Risk Global Domination, Risk, Mission Risk, the game of global domination, Rain on your parade, Heavy Rain, Rain Project, Rain of Reflection, Set Free. So this is really kind of an interesting list, honestly. I mean, I like Risk of Rain 2 a lot. And, you know, the first one isn't my favorite, but I like that as well. I've played some Risk in my day. I'd say this is a pretty good list overall, honestly. It's a big improvement from Dave's other list with Fortnite and all the free Epic games and whatnot. Do you think he likes Risk of Rain? Yes, I think Dave.exe loves Risk of Rain. No further questions. All right, this is Fish with the list titled Games, Unlimited Games, but no bacon. I'll be the judge of that. Dark Souls 3, favorite game of all time. Beautiful. Outer Wilds, I need to play that. I should just sit down one day on stream and play that. Or maybe not on stream. I don't know, is that a good streaming game? I know it could be like spoiled or backseated, which obviously would suck, but I get that for every game anyways. Don't do it on stream. Okay, fair enough. Say less. Ready or Not's a cool game. That game is like a little too much for me, but I do enjoy the like tactical shooter stuff. I wish that genre was like a little better represented. Just with more games and more options and more takes on what I think is a pretty cool genre. But yeah, Ready or Not is pretty neat. It's just really hard, and honestly, like some of the scenes in that game are pretty fucking brutal. Like that is kind of a messed up game. Half-Life, Sekiro, Yumaniki. I don't know how you say that, but I don't know what that is either. Boneworks, it's a VR game, I'm pretty sure. Rhythm Doctor, I don't know that. Risk of Rain 2, Celeste, nice. Power Wash Simulator, let's go. Britta found some solidarity in her love for Power Wash Simulator. GTFO, I have not played, but I'd like to try it if I could get my friends into it, maybe. Terraria, People Playground. People Playground's another one that's like, it doesn't really seem like a game to me. I've never played it, so maybe there's like a game there that I wasn't aware of. It just seems like you just fuck around and kill people, though. Which, you know, now that I'm saying it, I can understand why you would like it. Psychedelic walking sim based on dreams. Oh, I have heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of that before. I forgot that that's what the title was. I was thinking of LSD Dream Emulator, which is a very cool game. It's kind of a similar vibe. Titanfall 2, of course, it's in everyone's list. Deltarune. I'm surprised people are putting Deltarune, but not Undertale. Again, having not played either of them, I'm just kind of like, I see Undertale as being like the game that's like finished and like playable front to back. Whereas Deltarune is yet unfinished. But I know people like it still, so. Mother 3, Rhythm Heaven Fever. I'm not a rhythm game guy, so this is all lost on me. Dead by Daylight. That's another game that I tried and I just did not like it. I just did not like it at all. Breath of the Wild. We got some Kirby games. What is this? Return to Dreamland. This is another, Kirby's another series where I've played some of these games over the years. Like I rented them from Blockbuster or some shit. But I just can't remember which one was which. But Kirby's cool. Superliminal's cool. My Summer Car, interesting. And Omori. This is a unique list, but I like it. A lot of good choices here. This next one is Lunite. Starting off strong with Minecraft and Pizza Tower. Risk of Rain 2, Ultra Kill, Rain World. Don't we all? Hotline Miami 2 specifically, which is the one I have not played. Portal 2, Titanfall 2, Hotline Miami 1. DRG, GTFO. I'm just like throwing out letters now. Inscription. Should I just abbreviate all of them? ETG, DE, H, S, BS, SB, SWB2. Starbound, interesting. I was super into this game for a little while, and then I just stopped playing it. I feel like Terraria is an overall better experience. Starbound kind of had some interesting choices, but I just never got super into it. I was enamored with it for like 20 hours, and I was just kind of like, I'm done. Terraria 2, though. Half-Life Alyx. Have not played because I don't have VR. Spore. LA Noire, I just bounced. I shouldn't even say I bounced off of it. I'm pretty sure I completed this game, but at no point was I ever really enjoying it all that much. But I guess, like, I'm not, like, surprised that people love this game. It just was not, it was not for me. Shadows of Doubt is cool. Probably won't end up on my list just because it's so new and unfinished, but it's a great game. And Forager, there you go. Another Forager inclusion. Yeah, I like this list. I mean, this is mostly pretty standard stuff. Mostly what we've seen on a lot of other lists, but yeah, it's good. All good games. Except LA Noire, fuck that game. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm getting down to the last few that I had on my list. If there's any like new ones in the Discord, I'll go check them out, but then I gotta cut this off and make my own list at some point. Buggy. Ultra Kill. Persona 5, Persona 4, Persona 3. Binding of Isaac. Chrono Trigger. Alright. Alright, nice. Cyberpunk 2077. Honestly, this is so based. I love this game. I don't even care. I had a good experience with this game when I played it on PC. And apparently it has just only gotten better, and I'm very excited to play the 2.0 version and Phantom Liberty when I get a chance. I'm still trying to finish Armored Core right now, but I will eventually get to that DLC. Dark Souls 3, nice. Sekiro, nice. Deus Ex Human Revolution. That's an interesting choice, but that is a cool game. I shouldn't even say it's an interesting choice. That's a great game. I just, it's the first time I've seen it today, so I'm like, oh yeah, that game exists. Hades, Destiny 2, ew. I have this thing with Destiny 2 where I'm like, when I see gameplay of that game, I'm like, it looks fun. That said, I don't want to spend 1,000 hours to get to that point. And also money. That's part of it too. So Destiny 2 is a non-starter for me. And also it seems like Bungie is just mismanaging the fuck out of that game. So. But hey, if you like it, you like it. Nier Automata. Need to play that game really badly. I bought it and I still haven't played it. Dishonored Complete Collection. Okay. Very nice. These are my favorite games of all time. Ghost Runner's a great pick that I don't think we've seen yet. Or maybe we have. Retro might have had it. I can't remember. Hotline Miami, Katana Zero, Portal 2. Someone told me how to pronounce this, but what was it again? It was, what was it? It was, I don't remember. I simply do not remember. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Good game. Not my favorite Assassin's Creed, though, even. Papers, Please. Dragon Ball Fighter Z Pass. Witcher 3, Yakuza 0, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Nice list. I don't think Buggy's here, but I like this. Other than Destiny 2. Cringe. Ruins the whole list. No, this is, yeah, it's a pretty good list. I mean, I don't have anything interesting to say about these lists because everyone is like, everyone is kind of putting the same games down. This next link did not work. Oh, that's Lunite. Wait, what the hell? Yeah, I keep clicking on Eevee's link and it keeps redirecting me and then not working. Hold up. I will see if I can open this one up manually. Where is it? I'm just scrolling through Discord. I must have scrolled past it. Wait, I don't see it. Oh, Eevee posted a new one. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay. We're good. We got it. Eevee's liked games, not ordered. Terraria, Ultra Kill, Industry. A Dance of Fire and Ice. I don't know what that is. Well, I only know that game because Eevee has posted about it in the Discord. Otherwise, I don't know anything about it. Deep Rock Galactic, Pizza Tower, Bloons TD6, Muse Dash. I don't know what that is. Shapes, don't know what that is either. Rhythm. These must all be rhythm games, right? I see Osu on here. Just Shapes and Beats. Not Nuts and Bolts. Wait, what? What? Hang on a second. Celeste, Project Arrhythmia. All these games I don't know have to be rhythm games, right? I mean, I know Geometry Dash, but did I miss mine? No, I'll get to all of them. Don't worry. Cosmoteer, Starship Architect and Commander, Rocket League, Minecraft, Guilty Gear Strive, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, Osu. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is insane. I think that game is, as like in a vacuum, is probably overhated. Like it can't be that bad. The question is, Eevee, have you played any other Banjo-Kazooie games? Because this game is, no, that's exactly why you enjoyed it. Because if you had played any of the other games, this game is so far from what anyone would want out of a Banjo-Kazooie game. If they had played even a single other one of them. It's just, yeah. And then it's just Balloons TD battles, garden Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare. This is like... This is mostly like iPad baby stuff. I mean, like Plants vs. Zombies and Balloons are not bad. I just wouldn't dream of putting those games on, like, in my favorites. You started off good though. I'll give you that. I guess I don't know this game, but this line is pretty good. I think I'm just mad because you had the audacity to put nuts and bolts in your favorite games. And then I just don't know a bunch of these. But they're rhythm games, so it's self-explanatory. 0 out of 10 for nuts and bolts alone, I'm sorry. Hey, at least I finally had a controversial one. This is Bomber. For some reason, I thought I already did Bombers. But I guess not. Top games in a somewhat order. Thank you. Portal 2, Bloodborne, Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush, really? Your third favorite game of all time came out this year. Here's your second controversial one. I mean, it's not that bad so far. I am surprised that Hi-Fi Rush is your third favorite game of all time, having come out like a few months ago. Ultra Kill, Metal Gear Rising, Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Nier. When you just say Nier without saying the subtitle, it sounds like you're like skidding out in your car. Like Nier. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix. Okay. Splatoon. Super Mario Odyssey is a pretty good pick. Titanfall 2. Danganronpa. Trilogy. All right. These games, I just know already these games are not for me. But I know some people love these games, so. Lies of P. Again, Lies of P literally just came out. I'm starting to sense like heavy recency bias here. I mean, there are a lot of good games coming out this year, but like I have a hard time saying that a game that came out like within like 6 months is my favorite. I have to give it like at least a year. Gary's Mod, Shovel Knight, Team Fortress 2. Again, Minecraft horse update. Very cool. We love the horse update. Resident Evil 4. Persona 5 Royal. Just Cause 3. Again, Just Cause 3. I'm so surprised by the representation of Just Cause 3 here. It's a great game. I'm just surprised that so many people consider it among their favorites. Deltarune, Undertale, Pizza Tower, Yakuza 0, and then this is where it gets weird. This is where it gets really weird. I forgot to add Smash Bros. And Kirby. No, don't worry. You can just add another gacha game. No, why add good games when you could just add more gacha goop? Honkai Star Rail, Goddess of Victory, Nikkei, and Genshin Impact. I mean, why not just put these at the top, bro? They're the best, clearly. I could have saved you from the gacha. Yeah, the list ends here. But then you would miss Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare, and Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. Woo! I got plenty of problems with them. I mean, listen, everyone is free to do with their time as they pleases, but I refuse to play a game whose sole goal is just to take my money. It's just implicitly, I don't want to play a game like that. Even if you don't spend money on it, like even just playing it at all, like just play a game that isn't begging you for your money, you know? Play a game that isn't trying to suck you dry for every penny that you're worth. Like fucking like Genshin Impact. People are like, but the gameplay's good. It's just Breath of the Wild with anime girls. Come on. Actually good list though until I got to that last row. I was surprised at how many like brand new games you had on there, but I mean they're like good games. Yeeticus. Games I like from best to less good. Okay. DRG. Nice. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 and Plants vs. Zombies Garden... Are these your 3 favorite games of all time? Is Yeeticus here? Like, these are good games, but... I mean, Deep Rock is a really good game, even. Yep and yes. All right, interesting. I mean, Siege is going to be on my list. It has to be. It has all sorts of problems, and I'll talk about that when I make my own list, but I get this. Titanfall 2. I was like, what the fuck is Season 4? That's Apex Legends. This is very much like multiplayer. It's very much multiplayer FPS heavy, I'm noticing. Slay the Spire, nice. Risk of Rain 2. Grime, that's cool. I need to actually just finish this. I need to play this goddamn game. I played probably like 3-4 hours of it and I just got lost. But I liked what was going on. But I got lost. And frustrated. Dishonored, obviously, great game. Subnautica, Ultra Kill, Enter the Gungeon, Bloons Tower Defense 6, Valorant. Ooh, I mean, Valorant is fun. I can't even lie. This game is overhated by people who have no intention of playing it whatsoever. The thing is, the game itself is fun. I actually enjoy it. The community is so bad though, bro. I've never... Like, the community for Siege is really bad as well. But there's something about the Valorant community that's like, even when they're like not being extremely toxic, they're just so annoying. It's like the e-dating and like, it's so weird, bro. I can't, like, the people playing Valorant are just like too young. Like I get into a game and I feel ancient. Like I feel my bones drying up. I tried playing it, couldn't even try to enjoy it. I mean, I think the gameplay is fine. I think like tactical shooter with like hero abilities is kind of a cool idea. I think people are really dramatic about it because it's like mechanically it's CS, but it's not exactly CS. I don't know. I think this game is fun. I just can't play it because the community is so ass cheeks. Like, Severed Steel, Brawlhalla is crazy. I mean, honestly, Brawlhalla is probably fun, but I have heard the community for this game is like bar none awful. Muck, that's an interesting favorite game. Muck is kind of a meme. Like, it wasn't not fun, but that game's kind of a meme. Let's put it that way. Soma, Dead Space, Shell Shock Live. Actually a pretty fun game. Again, surprised to see it on your top. A lot of these games are just like with the boys games, which I get. I just don't know if I'd rank Stick Fight the game among my favorites. Fury's cool though. Paladins I've never played, and Overwatch I hate implicitly. Based for Stick Fight? I mean, the game is cool. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised whenever I see someone put it in their favorite games of all time. Best game ever made, Fight Me. You underestimate how small my library is and how many times I play with the boys. Oh, so this is like Dave's list, really, is what it is. It's like Dave's list, but better. Because that was Dave's list, too. It's just like every game he owns. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, I'm getting to the end of the ones that I had like pre-saved, and then I'll just go through the last few in the Discord, and then I'll make my own. This has gone on longer than I thought it would, but that's all right. I just want to get to some... some demos tonight still, too. I may end up not playing... Maybe I'll do the Cultic update on Friday. I don't know. We'll see. This was... Did I say this was Gamer Guy, I think? It's gotta be. I don't know who else would be putting Void Stranger on there. Ultra Kill, Pizza Tower, Zero Ranger, and Void Stranger. Same dev, cool games. Well, they seem cool. They seem cool. I respect them. I would like to actually... I played a bit of Zero Ranger. I need to go back and actually like play it properly. And Void Stranger seems interesting. It's on my list. I will definitely play that eventually. Katana Zero, great. Rusted Moss, gotta play it again. Seems cool. I enjoyed the demo. Cultic. Hat in Time. That's another game I gotta finish. Yeah, gotta finish it. I enjoyed what I played, but I didn't get super far even. I get to like the second or third world. Fury, nice. Breath of the Wild. Fear and Hunger. You're an insane person for the inclusion of not one but two Fear and Hunger games. Inscription, The Messenger, Terraria, Gloomwood, Enter the Gungeon. Death Road to Canada is a great game. Surprisingly fun game. I haven't played it in a long time, but Risk of Rain 2, Celeste, New Spider-Man, Acho, that's what it is. Deadlink, Portal 2, and Turbo Overkill. This is very like... This is a very heavily recent list, I feel like. Well, maybe not totally. Like, Death Road to Canada is a pretty old game. Celeste's been around for a while. Terraria, obviously. Messenger. These games are pretty I mean, Pizza Tower is brand new. These games are pretty recent. This game is really recent. Fear and Hunger, I mean, Fear and Hunger has been around for a few years, but it only recently blew up because of that Super Eye Patch Wolf video. Zero Ranger came out in 2018. Brother. 2018 is a long time ago to you. I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, these games are like brand new. It's a good list. It's a good list. I like most of these games. I mean, all these games that I've played, I like. But, yeah. 5 years isn't recent. Yeah, no, you're right. 2018 isn't super recent. But, like, Terraria is old compared to that. Okay, and this last list that I had pre-saved is Bob's favorite games. Oh, this one has a little stank on it here. Okay, we have Elden Ring, Halo Master Chief Collection. Actually, an interesting inclusion. I was gonna pick my favorite of the Halo games when I got to my list, but just throwing the collection on there is kind of based. Dark Souls 3, Ultra Kill, Dark Souls 1, Terraria, Titanfall. Has Titanfall 2 been on every list except for Britta's? Except for Britta's. But that has been... Titanfall 2 is probably the one that has shown up the most. It hasn't been on every list, but I think it's been on the most. Even more so than Ultra Kill, I think. Like, straight up. It would be close between these two. Dusk, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Expansion Pass bundle. I, too, love that game. The Messenger, Dark Souls 2. You're one of the Dark Souls 2 enjoyers. I wish I had holy water to... Minecraft, another Wii Sports. Like, listen, it wouldn't be on my list, but I get it. Portal 2, Slime Rancher, a Medieval. I think that might be the first instance of a Medieval we've seen. Quake, Doom, Enter the Gungeon, Devil May Cry Collection. I believe this is 1, 2, and 3. Undertale, Skyrim, Halo Infinite. Bro! VVVVVVV. I love this game. This game is so good. I kind of periodically forget about its existence, but this game absolutely slaps. Great soundtrack, too. Just a fun time. And Spore. I've already expressed my feelings on Spore. All right, let me browse the Discord. This is Fairly Odd Individual. What do we got here? Tears of the Kingdom, #1 favorite game of all time, released just this year. I there's nothing wrong with that. I just like pointing out the the recency bias. I also don't love Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish I did. I didn't love Breath of the Wild either, to be fair, but oh no, there's a whole row of Five Nights at Freddy's. No, it's not a whole row. Okay, we got Tears of the Kingdom, we got Fallout 4. Yakuza Kiwami 2, Yakuza 0, Breath of the Wild, Ultra Kill, Pizza Tower, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, Payday 2, Team Fortress 2, Darkwood, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Gang Beasts. Now that's a night with the boys type of game right there. What's up, Thundy TY? How's it going? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Sonic Mania, Rain World, the new Modern Warfare. That's crazy. Call of Duty Ghosts, You're from West? Hell yeah. Welcome. I will defend ghosts with my life. You might have to. You might straight up have to. Because I think most people will not go to bat for ghosts. Saw you live, so I thought it'd be silly to say hi. That is silly. Welcome. What a silly thing to do. To say hi in a streamer's chat. A Way Out. I've never played that game, but it seems interesting. Gary's Mod, Minecraft. We're just going to skip over the Five Nights at Freddy's because, holy fuck. Fight Night. Seems cool. Need to play it. And Crash Bandicoot. Oh, this is the, like, remastered trilogy. Hell yeah. Those games are cool. Pretty good list. Barred by Five Nights at Freddy's, per usual. All right. BGBs is next. What do we have here? My biggest complaint about Tears of the Kingdoms is where'mst the fuck did all the Sheikah shit go, aside from the fact it's on the Switch? That's your biggest complaint? Not that that game is like omega bloated and the combat still sucks. Ultra Kill, Super Metroid, Metroid Dread. Okay, we have a Metroid enjoyer here. Ooh, I see some spicy stuff here that I like. Spicy in a good way. Dusk, Deep Rock Galactic, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, BioShock Infinite, which honestly, this game has kind of fallen out of favor, but this is probably still my favorite BioShock game. Crosscode is a fucking banger of a game, dude. I love Crosscode. I'm actually on my Steam Deck. I hate to admit it. I love this game. I have never finished it. It's kind of a long game. But I have started and not rolled credits on about 4 playthroughs. So at this point, I've played about a collective 100 hours of Crosscode and just never finished it. I love this game though. It is such a joy to play. Doom, the original. Doom 2, the second. Hyper Demon. This game is unplayable to me. I have tried my best. But I just can't with the visuals on this game. I love Devil Daggers. I just can't get into Hyper Demon. But I respect it. Tomb Raider. I never played this. I heard good things, though. This is the new one. The reboot. I know there was more than one, but it's one of the reboots. The original BioShock, great. Crysis. Man, I played Crysis, but I don't remember a damn thing about it. I think I enjoyed it. Maybe I played Crysis 2. I think I might have just played Crysis 2. I don't think I played the first Crysis. That was the meme back in the day. Can it run Crysis? Which is so funny to think that there are probably people in this chat who have never heard those words. Can it run Crysis? Signalis seems like a cool game. I have not checked it out. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Again, brand new game, but it's been on a bunch of people's lists, so... Spookware. I don't even know what Spookware is. The name sounds familiar for some reason, but I don't know anything about it. Minecraft, obviously. A medieval, specifically the Black Labyrinth. Which, hey, if you want to, I just released a review of it on my Patreon. It's not going on the main channel. It is Patreon exclusive content. Check it out, maybe. It's also on the Discord if you're in sub chat. Spookware is horror-themed WarioWare. You know, I've definitely heard of that. It's not something I probably would have checked out, but I've definitely heard of it. Gloomwood, great game. I'm kind of, in my list, I'm going to mostly avoid early access games. There's going to be a few exceptions. Mario Kart 8. That's kind of... Mario Kart 8 for me is the best to play casually, but apparently liking this game is very controversial among the like more hardcore Mario Kart community, which I find interesting, but I love this game too. It just is nice to pick up and play. Feels good. See you, gamer guy. Metroid Prime. This is Fallout 4 and Skyrim. You like squeezed an extra one in there. But fair enough. And Super Mario World. Classic. I've already gushed about how much I love that game. We got Eevees, and then I never know how to say your Discord name. We'll just say what it says on the screen. Quo/Jared. Gaming. Jared is fine. We got Hollow Knight, Nier Automata, Crosscode. Nice. 2 lists in a row with Crosscode. Ultra Kill. I love JRPGs. Oh god, this is where you're gonna start to lose me. I know absolutely nothing about Xenoblade, which is fine. Those games are just not for me, and I'm sure they're good because a lot of people like them, but they're not my thing at all. And then these are Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky SC, and Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third. JRPG titles are just simply not real. Ender Lilies, I've heard that's good. Do I own that? I don't think I own that game, but I've heard it's good. That's like the Metroidvania where you have like a JoJo stand, right? Who fights for you. One Shot, Lego City Undercover. Is that like the Lego GTA game, basically? That game kind of looked neat when it was coming out, and then I completely forgot about it. Katana Zero, Persona 5, Celeste, Valhalla. I love this game. This game defies all logic as to why I like it. It's like a cutesy, like, visual novel with anime characters. I mean, it has nice, like, pixel art, but it just rules. Like, the writing is great. The vibes are immaculate. And, like, just a little bit of, like, drink mixing is just enough to keep me engaged that I wasn't, like, bored out of my skull just reading text. Love this game. It slaps. I can't explain why I like it, but I do. Hades, Metal Gear Rising, Smash Ultimate, Wii Sports Resort, and Wii Sports, Super Auto Pets. I respect it on it. Super Auto Pets not for me, but I respect it. And then Overwatch and Destiny. Yikes. 0 out of 10. No, I'm just kidding. Pretty good list overall. I don't know a lot of these games just because I'm not like a JRPG guy, but you definitely hit some games that I love that not too many other people had. So respect for that. And I think that was the last list, unless I got like a... If I missed yours and you're in chat right now, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'll just put it that way. We did do Eevees, yeah. I struggled to find it at first, but it was because she deleted it, and then I had to go looking for it, but I found it. Eevee left anyways, but... Okay, I am now going to make my list. I had the link up. I had the link up. What the fuck did I do with it? Here it is. Oops. We will judge you. Okay. Well, it's going to start with this. It's going to start on this note. So, yeah. Brace yourself. What does this do? No. Wait, yes. No, that's fine. That's completely fine. I mean, Ultra Kill's on the list. Let's be real. I'm going to move these around probably, but let's be real. Ultra Kill is definitely on the list. Let's start with my favorite game series of all time, Dishonored. I think I'm going to represent my love of Dishonored with just one game. However, I consider Dishonored 1 and Dishonored 2 jointly my favorite games of all time. And so I will just put them at the top of the list. Ultra Kill, immediate F. Just put them in opposite corners. Yeah, Dishonored, I consider my favorite game of all time. And yeah, not much more needs to be said about it. This is kind of, I'm going to do one game per series, I think. And or like just the series in general. But I'm not necessarily going to limit myself to one per developer. So we got Dishonored in the _1 spot. #2 spot. My favorite Zelda game, Wind Waker. That's multiplayer. What the fuck? There we go. These are whack. Wind Waker, my favorite Zelda game. Long held the title of my favorite game of all time. The only reason it's not number 1 over Dishonored is that I keep coming back to Dishonored to replay it, and I still love it just as much every time. Wind Waker, have not played in, God, probably almost. It's been a good 5-6 years since the last time I played it. But I love this game. This is a formative game for me. It's definitely like, it's the first game that I remember feeling like was properly kind of open. Like, I know in hindsight, if I went back, I probably wouldn't be as impressed by how open Wind Waker is, but there's just something about like traveling the ocean that just instills this sense of adventure in me. And I just love this game. And every time I go back to it, it's just like a good, like warm vibe. Even if maybe some of the gameplay elements haven't held up as well, it's still an amazing game. Another one of my favorite games is fucking Banjo-Tooie, boy. That's the cover, I know. Love the Banjo-Kazooie games. The first game is amazing as well. But I happen to find the sequel, Banjo-Tooie, to be basically just better in every way. It's one of those rare games where, rare, no pun intended. It's one of those rare games where they just took everything they did in the first game, just plopped it into the second game, and then just continued building on it. And it's sick. The level design is great. There's even like loop backs between the levels. There's like so much cool stuff in this game. It's like they just sat there and were like, what if we added this and then just added it? I love this game. There's an FPS mini game in this game. It's so great. Love the first Banjo-Kazooie as well. This actually is not a popular take. Most people think the first one is better, but I think the second kind of just took it and improved on it in almost every way. Love it. Let's see, I could get, I mean, this is an easy one. Witcher 3. I don't know if this will remain in my top row. This isn't going to be, like, perfectly ranked, but I'm going to at least try and keep it ranked. At least vaguely. The Witcher 3, probably my favorite, like, big RPG of all time. It's definitely one of my, like, favorite stories in games, and then the DLCs honestly just make it even better. It doesn't have perfect combat, but it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to. It's just a great game. I think it's so good in, like, the story and world department that I didn't need it to be, like, a perfect combat experience. Yeah, love this game. I'm just gonna get Dark Souls 3. What is this? Dark Souls 3 Ascended? They have, like, mods in here. The Convergence. Dark Souls 3. My favorite Dark Souls game. This is a game that I've played fairly recently. I was probably rolling credits on it roughly a year ago. Which is crazy, because it still hasn't made it into a video on my YouTube channel. But this was the one that just resonated with me the best, for some reason. It's a little hard to explain. It probably helped that it was, at that point, like, my third, or I guess it was my fourth, if you count Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, and then Elden Ring, which I played off-stream. So having a little experience under my belt helped. But something about Dark Souls 3 just really hammered home what I love in these games. And it just did the things that I like best about the series the best. Which is to say, the boss fights and a lot of the, like, visual storytelling and stuff like that. I just enjoyed it the best. God damn, there's so many squares here. I'm just gonna have to start, like, plopping games in and then worry about the order of them. How about Dusk? I'll put it down here, not because it's the worst, but because I'm gonna have to reorder these anyways. And I think just kind of grouping them together by category might honestly make it a little easier. Dusk, what is there to say, man? Dusk is just, like, so fun, and it has amazing visuals and level design. Like, it's just, like, it's kind of just amazing how well it does everything it, like, sets out to do. It just, like, hits the nail on the head with just about every little thing it tries to do. The combat is fun. It's not, like, it's not novel, but it's very enjoyable. Like, it's believably retro while having just enough, like, modern that, I don't know, it balances it out nicely. It's just a really good experience from front to back. And it's a fucking massive game too. It's what, like 3 episodes of 10 levels each. Get Siege on there. All right, we can get some Zelda game came up. Probably like a fan game. Rainbow Six Siege. Bro, I can't even pretend like I hate this game. As far as like just all the bullshit about this game, like just the dumbass way that Ubisoft has balanced the game, the terrible, terrible, god-awful community. Underneath it all is really one of the best and most interesting multiplayer shooters I've ever played. It's like a bit of a hero shooter, but the way that the abilities interplay is really kind of novel, and I haven't seen anything like it before. They are, and the destruction too. Like I love the destruction in Battlefield, but like there's a real sense of like strategy to the destruction in Siege. I wish this game hadn't been marred by like so many bad decisions and just like a god-awful community over the years, because I think at its core this is really one of the coolest multiplayer games I've ever played. And so for that reason, I can't hate it, and also because I've put like 1,600 hours into it. Then I definitely can't hate it. If I hated that game after putting that much time into it, oof, that's a me problem, not a Siege problem. Let's get my favorite Halo game in here, at least my favorite Halo campaign. This is gonna kind of be here to represent both my favorite Halo campaign and my favorite Halo multiplayer. Because the multiplayer is basically just Halo 3 with DLC. Or the map packs or whatever the fuck they were called at the time. But then ODST, man, that campaign is so good. The Halo formula from Combat Evolved to Halo 3, it had definitely changed and evolved, no pun intended, over the years. But ODST was just like different. It was like different straight up. I just loved the vibe of it. The story was really cool. And I don't know. I like the setting and everything, and the open world segments were really interesting. But even more than that, just like the campaign levels were just really good, and I enjoyed them. So yeah, ODST, probably my favorite Halo overall, if you include the Halo 3 multiplayer. Oh, it also had the first iteration of Firefight, which I fucking loved. Firefight was so fun. God damn, man. Okay. Fallout New Vegas. It's kind of ironic. My favorite Fallout game is not even... my favorite modern Fallout, I should say. I actually haven't played the old Interplay Fallouts enough. I played a little bit of them, but I mean, they were not what I expected at the time. I'll just put it that way. I think now I'd like them a lot more, but when I first attempted to play them, I bounced off of them hard because they just were not what I thought they were. But Fallout New Vegas, my favorite modern Fallout, and one of my favorite RPGs of all time. In fact, I'll move this up here. Easy. Just the writing is amazing. I love the world design. I mean, there's weird, goofy limitations of this being built on top of Bethesda's honestly ass engine. But Obsidian really kind of spun it into gold somehow. The writing is amazing. I love the different factions and kind of just like this branching storyline, which is something that really a lot of other Bethesda RPGs are missing. Obsidian really kind of had this special sauce there. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas obviously has its problems, but just as an experience, one of my favorite RPGs. Which honestly should probably put my... What is this? Game of the Year edition, sure. Should probably put my favorite Elder Scrolls game up there as well. Morrowind. Speaking of games that are far from perfect and have tons of problems, but I love them anyways. Morrowind is just so fucking good, man. The world, the vibe is just bar none. It's perfect. And I love this is really the last like Bethesda game I feel like that was kind of not exactly an action RPG. Now, it resulted in weird things like when you hit an enemy, there's just like a dice roll that determines whether or not you've never heard of Morrowind. That is insane. There's like a dice roll mechanic that determines whether you even hit or not. But underneath like the surface of them like kind of trying to figure out how to make like RPG mechanics work in like this action-based system, there is like an amazing game with a ton of different with just like a ton of diversity, and the DLCs are great. Just the world is it's actually really small, but it feels massive somehow. Like it feels bigger than Skyrim and Oblivion, and yeah, it's just a great fucking game. Let's see, there's got to be some indie games. I mean, Katana Zero is an easy one. I kind of bounced off Hotline Miami, but I mean, I didn't hate it, but it's just not my favorite. Like it, but everything that I didn't like about Hotline Miami, Katana Zero kind of does right. Like I love the one-hit KO like puzzle combat that it has, and all the different systems that they have. And just the way that each room is like a puzzle to be solved. Yeah, and it just feels great to play. It's tight, but there's a lot of freedom as well. And the story is great. That was something... I know there are a lot of people who like the story of Hotline Miami, and there's nothing wrong with that, but for me, it just wasn't quite there. Like, I didn't quite connect with it. But the story of Katana Zero... and the way it's delivered in like the cutscenes and everything are just fucking so good. Love that game. Yeah, Swanee gave you some good ideas here. I mean, I get some of the roguelikes in here. Slay the Spire, easily one of my favorites. Here, I'm just gonna put these like on their own row for now. Slay the Spire is easily one of my favorites. I started playing this game in 2021. And it was the day before my friend's wedding that I was in, and it was like midnight, and I was just like, you know, like I had some like anticipation for what was going on the next day, and I was just like having trouble sleeping, and I was like, I'm just gonna boot up a game. I was like, what should I play? Slay the Spire. So I downloaded it, I booted it up, and I was like, I won't get very far. Like I'm gonna be terrible. So I think I got to the end of Act 1, died to the Act 1 boss. I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. Ripped another run. Got a little farther the next time. Died again. Ripped another run. And next thing I knew, it was like 3 in the morning. And I was like, I have to be up so early to start getting ready for this fucking wedding. And I slept like none at all. But you know what? It was great. And since then, I have not stopped playing this game. Not for very long, at least. Sometimes a few months will go by without a Slay the Spire run. But every now and then... the itch just creeps back in. I pick up the Steam Deck. I'm sitting on the couch or something. I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, just one quick run of Slay the Spire. God, it's so damn good. Shiko mentioned Blasphemous. I would agree with that. I'm just going to put Blasphemous here. The original Blasphemous. I think you know what? I'll put Blasphemous 2 on here. Why not? It is brand new. It's hard to say for sure that this is going to end up being one of my favorite games, but between Blasphemous and Blasphemous 2, love both of those games. They definitely deserve a spot on this list. Some of my favorite games that I've played since I started streaming. I love the world. I love the visuals. I love the story, at least what I've been able to understand of it. Coming from being basically an ex-Catholic at this point, there is definitely something about the Blasphemous world that speaks to me. And so I think that's why I took really well to those games. But I also really enjoy the gameplay, the bosses, except for Charred Visage. Fuck you, Charred Visage. And especially Blasphemous 2 really took an interesting stride in a direction that I really liked. And it's hard to say right now if I think this will long-term be one of my favorite games. But I like it enough that I think it definitely deserves a place up here. So... let's see, I'm just going to do a little more rearranging. Here's another easy one. Dead Cells. Boom. Another one of my favorite roguelikes. Kind of the same story as Slay the Spire. I've been playing it even longer than Slay the Spire. Just one that I never feel bad about, like, booting up a run. Pretty much always have fun. Always find a new, like, weapon combo or build or something that I could try. I love this game especially. I love the levels and the bosses. I've kind of learned them like the back of my hand at this point, except for the fucking lighthouse. I hate those motherfuckers. But most of the other bosses and in the levels, and I don't know, this game kind of just keeps getting better and better the more I play it. Every time I boot it up, I find something new to like. Don't like most of the bosses in Dead Cells. Define most of them. I mean, I would say I like most of them. There are a few I don't like, but I definitely like most of them. I feel like it's rare to have a roguelike with good bosses. Like, usually the bosses in roguelikes suck. Or they're just like... They're like they are in Risk of Rain 2, and they don't suck, but they kind of are just damage sponges that exist to just... to just test your build, basically. But hey, I do love Risk of Rain 2. This is another game I've been playing for a very long time, since it came out, really. I think I bought it the week it came out. I haven't played it as much as some people. The only one I really like off the top of my head is Timekeeper. You haven't done Scarecrow then. Scarecrow's probably my favorite. I thought you liked the Queen. Mithrix is the only good boss in Risk of Rain 2. And even then, Mithrix isn't great. But yeah, I love Risk of Rain 2. Here I am only saying bad things about Risk of Rain 2. I played the original Risk of Rain way back, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. Risk of Rain 2 pretty much improved in every way on what I liked about the first game, and added a ton of stuff that I did not expect. Like a third dimension. Imagine that. This game is just still really fun. It's still, like, challenging. Like, I'm not so good at this game that I've just completely made it easy on myself. Like, it's not like, oh, I just boot up a run and I just breeze through it. Like, no, this game is still, like, tough as nails, depending on what you're doing, I guess. Shoutouts to the time they shipped Risk of Rain 1 with an empty folder at launch for, like, a day. Holy shit. I did buy Risk of Rain 1 very close to when it came out. It wouldn't have been the first day, but it was probably first, couple months it was out. But yeah, Risk of Rain 2 has just been, like, a really fun game to experience, especially through early access. I've just enjoyed seeing that game grow into what it is now. I hope it's safe in the hands of Gearbox, but I'm very very concerned. And yeah, to round out maybe what is kind of like a roguelike and Blasphemous row, I'm gonna throw Into the Breach in there. Into the Breach is a relatively recent discovery of mine. Within the last calendar year or so. But I absolutely adore this game. This game made me look at turn-based games in a different way. This is by the developers of FTL, Faster Than Light. And I liked that game as well. But there's something, like, refined and intuitive about the combat in Into the Breach that I just didn't find that FTL had. FTL is like a really like hostile game. And it's not to say that Into the Breach isn't or can't be difficult, because I would say it is quite difficult. Or it can be at times, but I just find that there's like this nice, like, satisfying intuitiveness to the combat. Like, it never really feels like you're out of it. Like, it always feels like there's something you can do, some way you can push or bounce someone that'll, like, just turn your entire turn around. And I think that's really cool. I've never really felt that in another turn-based game before. Gotta get Hyper Light Drifter on there? I haven't played that game. But I do gotta get Fury on here. Fury is a game that has some of the best and coolest bosses and combat mechanics that I've ever experienced. And that's it. That's the whole game. But that's all it really needs. That's all it really needs, because it does those things so well that it doesn't fucking need anything else. The game just absolutely slaps. It has one of the best soundtracks of all time. And it just inhabits this weird little niche where it does one thing pretty much perfectly. And I think that kind of fucking rules. Okay. It's a fun, if not a little vague story. Oh, I like the story, yeah. I don't think the story is necessary to enjoying the game, but I think the story is cool. I think you can understand the story by the end of the game without like hanging on to every line of dialogue. Oh, man, I really need to flesh this list out. I feel like there's some stuff missing. Here's a good one. Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. Bro, this game is so fun. I bought this game on sale on Steam like probably 10 years ago. And I was absolutely blown away by how fun it is. I've not heard of Dark Messiah. See, that's the thing. I'm actually working on a video on this game because I feel like not enough people have played or heard of it. The only thing is, I think this game has issues running on modern PCs, so hopefully the result isn't that a bunch of people get into the game and then are mad at me because their computer won't run it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Basically what this game is a, I would say it's like a soft RPG immersive sim that is more or less linear, that has some of the most unique and fun melee combat mechanics that I've ever experienced. It's less about just like hacking and slashing at your enemies as it is creatively using your environment to overcome hordes of enemies, basically. And I haven't really, there's a lot of indie games coming out that are kind of doing this same sort of thing, but I haven't necessarily seen any game do it quite like Dark Messiah. And for that reason, I still think this game deserves a very high spot on my list. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I do want to make a video on this game. We'll see how that goes or when I get that out, but man. Roblox. Oh, Neon White. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm gonna have to rearrange these somehow. If anything, right now I'm kind of grouping them together, but even then, not really. Neon White is Doom. No, I don't think there's a Doom game that like really feels like important to me as a gamer. I've certainly enjoyed them plenty, but I don't know if there's one that I really think rises to the top of my list. Yeah, Neon White, just great game. Loved it when it came out. I had some choice words for the demo. I didn't really like the story. And honestly, I still didn't really like the story even after I played the game. But I definitely kind of did a 180 on how important the story was to the quality of the game. And I did so to the point where I would almost say that I even kind of enjoyed the story, albeit in somewhat of an ironic way. But the gameplay is so good. I've never seen a game do that kind of like speed running is the whole thing gimmick as well as Neon White did. And I even went back and got all the platinum medals, got the true ending, and I have even gone back and done about half of the red medals as well. I still need to go in and do the rest of them. This game needs DLC. Valhalla for the mix-up. I mean, that's not even I think that game is like really good. I don't know if it's like up here, like top 25 though. I'm struggling. There's got to be other like FPS games, like Turbo Overkill. That's a good one. This game just came out, but I mean, I feel like recency bias doesn't really apply here because I knew Turbo Overkill was great from the moment I first played the demo. And I think Turbo Overkill, if every level beyond the demo had been only as good as the demo, this game still would have been amazing. And yet this game still, like, it went to places I did not expect. I'll just put it that way. And the fact that this game is made by pretty much just one person is one of the most shocking things that I've ever seen in indie games, period. The game is fucking amazing. It went crazy in a good way. It's everything that I love about... Oh, BioShock Infinite, dude. Yes, it will. It's like everything great about game development where people just say, like, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? But then, like, everything they added into Turbo Overkill, they just did it, like, really, really fucking well. Like they not only, it wasn't enough that they put it in there. They were like, okay, we're going to add a sniper to the game, but we're going to make it the coolest sniper you've ever fucking seen in a video game. BioShock Infinite's up there, yeah. There was a time when I would have put BioShock Infinite like up here. The truth is I just haven't replayed this game in a while, and I think if I did, I think its flaws would be a lot more apparent to me. I mean, I already, even without replaying the game, I can think back to some things that I don't love about this game. But as far as BioShock goes, I love BioShock 1. I never finished BioShock 2. I didn't hate it, but I never like loved it. But Infinite really just kind of hit that right balance for me. The gameplay was pretty fun. It had some flaws again, but like I enjoyed the overall like zipping around the arenas with the zip lines and stuff. And some of the powers too. They all are kind of just like different flavors of stun. But they all looked cool. The real thing though is that the world is amazing. I like the story. It might be it might be nonsense. If I go back and try to understand it, it might be pure nonsense. But there's something about like the earnest presentation of the story of BioShock Infinite that really makes me want to like it. Well, yeah, Would You Kindly was BioShock 1. I love that game as well. Again, I'm kind of doing one per series here. But I love BioShock 1 as well. And yeah, the concept of the floating city is amazing. I don't know. This game was just really cool. When I rolled credits on this game for the first time, I would have said it was my favorite game of all time. Period. I don't think that holds up to this day, but here's what I'm gonna do, because I just thought of something. I did, and then I forgot. What was it? What was it, bro? Yeah, Cyberpunk. That Cyberpunk actually wasn't what I was thinking, but Cyberpunk definitely deserves a place on the list. Cyberpunk is a game that when it came out was deeply flawed, and I just didn't care because I was just so like enamored with the world and story. It's honestly kind of similar to BioShock Infinite. But now as time has gone on, I think they've kind of corrected all of the like little issues I had with it. And to the point where I think this game is just genuinely good now. I need to go back and I need to play the 2.0 update properly, and I need to play the DLC. But I genuinely, honestly, this is crazy what I'm seeing. Oh, is this Cyberpunk sound effects? Oh, I thought it said Cyberpunk sex. I was like, okay, cool. No, this game already was to the point where it was really good, and I was kind of just afraid to say it when it came out. But I think this game is genuinely just really good now. God, no, I had another game that crossed my mind that was like it was an easy shoe-in for one of my top games. Bro, okay. I don't even care, bro. Don't at me. Kingdom Hearts 2, this game fucking slaps. The story makes no sense. There's Final Fantasy characters and Disney characters because why? I don't know. Disney wanted to sell toys to kids through a character action game or something. All I know is that if I wasn't at one point into Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, I would not be into Dark Souls. I would not be into things like Ultra Kill. This kind of broke the floodgates wide open on me enjoying games where you die over and over again to bosses, where you have like relatively complex mechanics. I was so young playing this shit, and this game is crazy. There's so much going on in it. What? You said bro read chat. What do you want? What did I miss? I just see people saying Cyberpunk sex. Oh, bro read chat. I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, there's one more game. It was on the tip of my tongue. This is such a random, eclectic mix of games. Cyberpunk sex didn't make the cut, sad. Prey? Maybe. I need more time to sit with Prey, I think. I had like huge ups and downs with that game. It's not as good as Dishonored. Oh, Crosscode would be a good one. Crosscode could go on there. No, I feel like I had a really obvious one though. Chat, why can't you just read my mind? Come on, just read my mind. Water bottle just sprayed out water. Does Minecraft count? Maybe that is just what it is Minecraft. Maybe that's how we round out this list. It's just Minecraft. Is this Minecraft? That's just Minecraft. We read your mind. It said Cyberpunk 6. Damn it, you caught me. I mean, yeah, I need to put horse update on there. I don't even know. I don't see horse update. Whatever. As far as just any game of all time goes, there's probably not a game that I've played more of than I've played of Minecraft. Realistically. The most hours I have in any game on Steam is Rainbow Six Siege, but it just... like, considering the amount of Minecraft I've played, and, like, the volume of Minecraft that I play when I play it, which is not all the time, but, like, you know, every now and then. It's gotta be 2,000, 3,000 plus hours, like, easily. It's definitely more than Siege. I mean, this was basically the only game I would play back in the day. But, you know, vanilla, modded, single player with friends, custom maps, like, I've done it all. Minecraft at some point is almost more of like a platform to have fun in than it is a game. Which is like a weird thing to say, but at the end of the day, it is still a game. And there's still not really anything that does Minecraft like Minecraft does. And I don't know how else to put it, but yeah. This is such a weird list. I feel like for sure I'm missing things, but like... it's also like very, I don't know. I can't imagine hitting 2K in a game, let alone 10K. I feel like everyone who has that much in a game either has it in like a single player or a multiplayer game that they like mained, like they only played that game, or it's something like Minecraft or Terraria. Is any Doom going on there? No, someone asked that earlier. I like a lot of Doom games, but like none of them like stick out above the other ones. Like I'm like, which one would I put on there? Like I liked the just kind of overall world and vibe of Doom 2016, but I don't love the combat. Loved the combat in Doom Eternal, but I just didn't quite like that as a game as much. Like I didn't like the hub world. I didn't like some of the decisions with the platforming and stuff. The original Doom, fantastic first episode, and then it kind of just, I don't know, it's not great through the whole stretch. Like not every level in the first, in the original Doom slaps. Let's just put it that way. It is great though and iconic, but I don't know if it's one of my favorite games. And I only played that as an adult too. I didn't grow up playing Doom. I don't know. Maybe we just call it there. It's kind of a weird list, but feels right. I can't really think of anything else. I definitely had another game that like came to mind that then slipped my mind, but yeah, Titanfall would be a good one. I'd love to replay Titanfall. Titanfall 2, that is, like the campaign. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. There you go. There's my list. What do you think? Really no Elden Ring? I kind of did one per series, and I kind of counted that with Dark Souls. But reasonably, Elden Ring would be on there. I mean, I've played more Elden Ring than I have Dark Souls 3, but that's just because it's a longer game. Bloodborne? No. No. I like Bloodborne, but it's not even, like, it's not even in my top half of FromSoft games. It's not even in my top half, bro. I would put Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, and Sekiro all over Bloodborne, I think. Yeah, there we go. Sure, we'll leave it at that. I have stuff to get to anyways. By that, I mean, like, tonight, like, on this stream. There's still stuff I want to